All right, Ashton, we're going to do lesson 120 today. If you will take out pages 93 through 97, please. All right, we're going to start with our reading decks, and today we're doing our ARD deck. We're doing sounds only. Sounds only.
Z, O, E, I, T, O, U, D, U, E, Y, E,
Fly,
I,
candy.
E,
So what are the sounds?
E, I, I, E,
Priest.
I,
So
I,
and high.
I,
Uh-huh.
I, U, U, E, U,
Good.
O,
Onion.
Mm-hmm. O, B, Ow,
Soup.
U,
Mm-hmm.
O, Ow,
Good.
I, Y, U, S, Z, I, A, U, I, A,
Bread.
Shun,
And explosion.
Jun,
Johnny.
Shun, Jun, I, A, or, Sh, M, I, J, O, Oi, R, M, E, I, J, O, A, Oi, Ch, X, O,
And good.
A, O,
Watch.
O, Ch, Ch, S, Sh,
Good.
N,
Nest.
N,
And sink.
On,
Those two sounds?
N, O,
Good.
J,
Gate.
G, G,
So two sounds?
G, G,
J.
J, J, A, A, S, Shun.
Excellent. Nice job. All right, we're moving to new learning. And we have been talking about combining forms. And the definition of a combining form is a Greek word, echo,
Greek word
that combines with other words or forms
that combines with other words or forms
to make a new word.
to make a new word.
All right, so I'm going to write some words on the board, and I want you to tell me what letters you see alike in these words. M-I-C-R-O, F-I-L-M, M-I-C-R-O, O-R-G-A-N-I-S-M. What letters do you see alike in both of those words?
M-I-C-R-O.
Excellent. M-I-C-R-O. M-I-C-R-O is our next combining form. I want you to echo these words and listen for the sound you hear M-I-C-R-O making. Microfilm.
Microfilm.
Microorganism.
Microorganism.
What sound do you hear M-I-C-R-O making?
Micro.
Micro. And if I unblend that, it's M-I-C-R-O. So micro is our first combining form we're going to learn today. And again, a combining form is a Greek word that combines with other words or forms to make a new Word. Let's see if we can discover the meaning of micro. So a microorganism is a very small organism that cannot be seen without aid. So it means very small. What does it mean?
Very small.
Very small. All right, so we are going to make some new words with micro. If you will turn to page 93. And microscope will be our keyword. So I'm going to add the word scope to the end of micro to make the word microscope. Oh, at pencil broke? Okay, well, we'll get you another one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so add microscope. And a scope is a device that's used, you probably used it in what class?
Science?
Yeah, in your science class, microscope. And it's used to see things that are very small. It's an instrument that's used. So we can make the word microscope. Can you think of another word that has the word micro in it that we can add a word to the end of micro to make another word?
Microscopic.
Microscopic. Good. Let's add the word scopic. S-C-O-P-I-C.
Organism.
All right. Any other word? Organism. Good. We did the microorganism. So let's add organism. O-R-G-A-N-I-S-M. And then any other word?
Microfilm.
Microfilm. That was the other word that we talked about. Good. Film. F-I-L-M. So we can add words, other words, to the end of the combining form micro to make new words. We've made the words microscope, microscopic, microorganism, and microfilm. All right, now we're going to go code and read some words with this combining form. So let's first review our vowel theme song. A vowel in a closed syllable is short, code it with a
brief.
A vowel in an open accented syllable is long, code it with a
Macron.
A vowel consonant E syllable, the E is
Silent.
vowel is
Long.
code it with a
Macron.
A vowel in an open unaccented syllable, E, O, U, or half long, code it with a modified.
Modified. Macron.
I is short, code it with a
Brief.
A is obscure, code it with a
Tittle.
Two adjacent vowels in the same syllable may form a
Digraph.
digraph or a
Diphthong.
A vowel before an R is a
Is a
combination
combination.
before any consonant except,
R.
and we bracket
Final stable syllable.
and accent the syllable
Before.
before. Okay, so for our combining forms, we're going to either double underline or you can highlight. Use your highlighter if you want to code it. But we're going to do that first. We're going to double underline our combining form micro. Left it on black. Double underline micro, and then we will code our base words. So here, our other word that's attached is a vowel in a closed syllable is short. I'm going to code it with a
Brief.
breathe. And then this is a two-syllable word. ISM is actually a suffix. It's not a suffix that we've learned before, but it is actually an English suffix, so we always box suffixes. And then we have a two-syllable word here, so I'm going to do my special coding. I'm going to arc combination OR. And then I have O is a vowel, A is a vowel, R is a consonant, G is a consonant, so it's going to divide between those consonants, accent, unaccent. We know that OR in an accented syllable, we code it with a circumflex, and a vowel in a closed syllable is short, code it with a brief. So echo these words: microfilm,
Microfilm.
microorganism.
Microorganism.
You might have a two-syllable word attached to micro, like organism. So let's review our procedures like we did for coding organism. We're going to first look for any suffixes, final stable syllable, base word, base word. Look for any special coding, which is on this side of your vowel theme song. Find your vowels to be sounded. Look for a pattern. These are the patterns that you've learned so far. You'll divide, place your accent, and then code the vowels in each of the syllables. Okay, so on page 94 at the top, I want you to scan that page for a purpose. So I want you to look for any and all combining forms. They all should have micro, so you're going to be scanning for that. And then any other Latin roots that we have, or the other combining forms that we've learned, if you will just scan for a purpose and either double underline or highlight on that entire top of the page. Great job. All right, now I want you to circle rows 1, 4, and 7. And I want you to prep those words to read for me out loud. So you should have already double underlined micro, and then if you'll just code the other words that are attached to that to prep to read. And if you need help, let me know. Row 4. It's okay, just go down to row 4. Yeah, row 4 and then row 7. Good. Mm-hmm. It's because the combination IR. And then ARCID underneath. Yep. Good. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like that. You don't have to code micro because you've already coded it by double underlining it. You know that it's just read micro, so you're just coding the word that's attached.
It helps me.
Okay.
Understood it.
Sure. Excellent. All right, and then that form right there is actually a Latin root that we met, so that can also be double underlined, but you coded it. Perfect. All right, so Ashton, if you will read your 3 rows for me, please.
Microburst, microchip, microform, microstructure, microshirt, micropro.
Look at that first word on row 7. Do you see SH? You read that word as shirt, but what is the second letter in that word?
Skirt.
There we go. What is that word?
Skirt.
So read that word again.
Microskirt.
Excellent. All right, so when you see the combining form MICRO, it is read micro and it means very small, very small. All right, a Greek combining form is a Greek word that combines with other
Words.
or forms to make new
Words.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to write some more combining forms on the word, and let's see what letters we see alike in these words. MACRO, STRUCTURE, and MACRO, SCOPIC. What letters do you see alike in these words?
MACRO.
Excellent. MACRO. So MACRO, if I could spell correctly, MACRO is our next combining form. And echo these words and listen for the sound that you hear the MACRO making. Macrostructure.
Macrostructure.
Macroscopic.
Macroscopic.
What sound do you hear MACRO making?
Macro.
Macro. It makes the macro. And if I unblend that, it's macro. So macro is our next combining form that we're learning. Again, a combining form is a Greek word that combines with other words or forms to make new words. So let's see if we can discover the meaning of macro. If something is macroscopic, that means it's large enough to see with the unaided eye. And when a vowel sound is long, how do we code a long vowel?
We code it with a macron.
With a macron, which means it's a long sound. So macro has at least 2 meanings. It means large or long. What does it mean?
It means large or long.
Large or long. Good. All right, so we're going to go to page 95, and we're going to make some new words with our combining form macro. We're going to add some words to the end. I'm going to add the word structure to the end of macro to start. S-T-R-U-C-T-U-R-E. Macro structure, which means a building or something that is very large. Can you think of any other words that we could add to macro to make some new words?
Macroorganism.
Organism. Okay, so let's add organism. O-R-G-A-N-I-S-M. All right, macroorganism. What else?
Is macroism a word?
Macroism. If I just added a suffix. It's actually better if we add a word to it and not just a suffix.
Okay.
So macro... What?
Not sure.
Okay, well, you know what? You can use your reading pages and see if there's some other words that you can see with macro on that page that we were just on and see if there's something you see.
Macroscopic.
Macroscopic. So we can add scopic. C-O-P-I-C. Macroscopic. So something that's big that we can see with the unaided eye. And then what else?
Fossil.
Macrofossil. A really big fossil. F-O-S-S-I-L. All right, so we added some words to our combining form macro to make the words macrostructure, macroorganism, macroscopic, macrofossil, things that are very large or long. All right, we're going to go back to our code and read page at the bottom of page 94, and we're going to code some words with macros. So again, how do I code my combining form?
You underline it.
Double underline, or you can highlight if you want to use your highlighter. So I'm going to double underline macro and then structure. It has a final stable syllable, T-U-R-E, and so I'll accent the syllable before, and a vowel and a closed syllable is short, code it with a breathe, and I can K back my C before my T. And then again, I'm going to double underline macro, and then I'm going to code this base word, and it is a two-syllable word. The only special coding I have was the letter C before an O, and I know that the C at the end would make the sound. So I have O as a vowel, I as a vowel, P as a consonant, and typically we divide before the consonant, but in this instant, this word, it's actually divided after the consonant, accent, unaccent. So vowel and a closed syllable, short coded with a breathe. A vowel and a closed syllable is short coded with a breathe. Echo these words: macrostructure,
Macrostructure.
and macroscopic.
Macroscopic.
Awesome. All right, so scan for a purpose. The bottom of page 94, there's 2 rows, 8 and 9. And then since there's only 2 rows, I'd like you to code both of those rows to read them, to prep to read. Good?
Yeah.
Need help?
No.
All right, you ready to read?
I have one question.
Okay.
For the final stable syllable, SS.
Well, SS would just be 2 consonants together, so that would be a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel word. So where would it divide?
In between? Or
Between those consonants, yep.
In between?
Mm-hmm. All right. Whenever you're ready to read.
Macrocrystal.
Good.
Macroscopic.
Mm-hmm.
Macrostructure. macrofossil.
Excellent. Nice reading. All right, so when you see the combining form macro, it is read macro, and it means large or long. All right, we're going to move to instant words, and instant words are words that we read
Instantly.
instantly. If you will open your binder to behind your blue tab and find page 103. 103. Good. All right, we're going to read in columns today, which means we're going to read from top to bottom. Echo column 1 after me. Light.
Light.
Earth.
Earth.
I.
I.
City.
City.
Start.
Start.
Never.
Never.
Tree.
Tree.
Keep.
Keep.
Father.
Father.
School.
School.
Last.
Last.
Plant.
Plant.
Country.
Country.
Below.
Below.
Own.
Own.
Between.
Between.
Food.
Food.
Add.
Add.
Near.
Near.
Every.
Every.
Read column 2.
Food. City. Every. Keep. Never. Country. Father. Plant. Last. Tree. Own. Below. Start. Near. School. Between. Add. Earth. Light. I.
Excellent. When we read in columns, we read from
Top to bottom.
awesome. All right, you may close your binder, and then I want you to find code and read sentences. I think it's page 95. Code and read sentences. Is it 95?
No, 95 was the
Oh,
the
the other words. So what is sentences on? 90. That one. What page is that?
90.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, so remember our procedures for coding sentences. I'm going to assign you some sentences to prep, but you are only coding any new learning. You're going to code any word with new learning, so any word with micro or macro, you can double underline or highlight. You're going to code any 2 or more syllable base word, and we've already gone over our procedures for coding 2 syllable base words. You're going to code any derivative, so any word that has an affix, and then you can code any word that you come to that you're not able to read automatically, and you can circle any instant words. We are going to be reading in a sentence, so let's review our definition of a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that begins with a,
Capital.
ends with a,
Punctuation.
has a,
Subject and predicate.
and expresses a.
Complete thought.
Awesome. All right, so on those sentences, I want you to circle sentence 3 and sentence 8 that you're going to prep. But the first thing I want you to do is I want you to scan that entire page for a purpose. So look for any and all combining forms. They likely all have micro and macro, our new learning. So go through the entire page and scan for a purpose. And then I want you to prep sentences 3 and 8.
And when I'm scanning, do I underline all of them in each sentence?
Yep, when you're scanning for a purpose, you're going through the entire page and looking for the combining forms.
Okay.
Great job. All right, so now you're going to prep sentences 3 and 8 to be ready to read those sentences. All right, you ready to read?
Almost.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, now just remember to pay attention to punctuation when you're reading. All right, sentence 3.
Wayne needs a magnifying glass to read the microprint.
Excellent. 8.
In America, we call a small bus a minivan, but Europeans call it a microbus.
Excellent. Nice reading. All right, so how did you code micro in those sentences?
I underlined it.
Double underline. Excellent. Great job. And I also heard you pausing at those commas. You did perfect pausing. All right, we're moving to rap. I think it's page 97. Rap page 97. What do you see at the top? How are all of those words at the top on your pages that you filled out? 97. So how are all of those words alike in that top section?
Micro and macro.
They all have micro at the top, and in the middle section they all have
Macro.
macro. Awesome. All right, echo the top row after me. Microburst.
Microburst.
Microchip.
Microchip.
Microcopy.
Microcopy.
Microfilm.
Microfilm.
Microform.
Microform.
Read that second row.
Microform. Microburst. Microfilm. Microchip. Microcopy.
Excellent. Go to the middle section. Echo the top row after me. Macrotone.
Macrotone.
Macrodome.
Macrodome.
Macropod.
Macropod.
Macrospore.
Macrospore.
Macrotape.
Macrotape.
Read that second row.
Macrodome. Macrospore. Macrotone. Macrotape. Macropod.
Excellent. Go down to the bottom section. I want you to read the first row.
Microburst. Microform. Microfilm. Macropod. Macrotape.
Excellent. And read the very last row on that section.
Macrospore. Microchip. Macrotape. Microburst. Microcopy.
Excellent. Point to the combining form MICRO somewhere on that page. How is that read?
Micro.
Excellent. Point to the combining form MACRO somewhere on that page. How is it read?
Micro. Macro.
Macro. Excellent. All right. We're finished with our reading. We're going to transition to spelling. So if you'll take out your laminated ISD paper, spelling, and we're going to do a partial deck today. And what are our procedures for spelling deck?
Look and listen, echo, write,
Name and
name and write.
awesome. All right, so that's in the front of your binder. Let's take out that ISD paper and your expo marker. And here's your first sound. You ready? You'll need that marker.
Oh no, what I was doing.
You ready?
Q, U.
Combination.
Combination, Q,
Mm.
U. V.
B.
B. B. H. F.
Look and listen.
Combination.
Ooh, look again.
Diagram WH. Oh, W.
It's just round air. Wagon.
Wagon.
Er.
R.
Mm-hmm.
Diagram TH.
Y.
Y. Y.
D.
D. D. P.
Shun.
I wrote the P wrong.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, shun.
Shun. Combination.
Final.
Final stable syllable TION.
Good. G.
G. G.
N.
N.
Sh.
Sh. Combination S.
Diagraph.
Diagram.
Shell.
Diagraph SH.
X.
X. Diagraph TH.
Jun.
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 Final stable syllable SION.
Good. Ready?
Combination WH.
Good. L.
O L.
T.
T.
N.
N.
Good. Look at your responses, Ashton. What kinds of letters are all of those?
They are consonants.
They are all consonant sounds with single or multiple response.
Single.
Single responses. So that means no matter where you hear that sound in a word, that's how it's spelled. All right, you may erase your paper and put that off to the side. And then I'm going to have you come up to the board to do PA2. Come on up. All right, so we're going to review our vowel sounds first. We have smiling vowels. Oh, just go over here. Smiling vowels: E, I, E, A, I, Open vowel: aw. Round vowels: O, U, U. Bossy R. And gliders: oi. Good. All right, our procedures for PA2.
Look, listen, echo,
Unblended.
and
Pull
pull
down.
down sound textures, add, take away, trade, switch, repeat.
Here we go. Show me ice. Echo.
Ice.
Unblend.
Ice.
2 sounds. Perfect. If this is ice, unblend, pointing with your finger.
Ice.
Show me mice.
Mice.
Unblend.
Ice.
Good. Good. If this is mice,
Ice.
show me moose.
Moose.
Unblend.
Moose.
Good.
This.
Ooh, it's the long and tall. Ooh, If this is moose, unblend.
Moose.
Show me loose.
Loose.
Good. If this is loose,
Loose.
show me lace.
Lace.
Lace. Good. If this is lace,
Ace.
show me race.
Race. Race.
Good. If this is race,
Ace.
show me grace.
Grace.
Okay, so unblend that. What does that say?
Right. My bad.
That's all right. There you go. Now that says grace. Unblend it.
Ace.
There you go. Great job. All right. If this is grace, unblend.
Ace.
Show me great.
Great.
Good. If this is great,
Eight.
show me gate. Good. If this is gate,
Gate.
show me bait.
Bait.
If this is bait,
Bait.
show me bail.
Bail.
Excellent. If this is bail,
Bail.
show me base.
Base. Bail.
If this is base,
Base.
show me face.
Face.
All right, Ashton, this word is face. Unblend.
Ace.
Make one change to the word face to make a new word. All right, so what word did you make?
Chase.
Chase. All right, so what did you do to go from face to chase?
I traded a.
What sound in face?
I traded a initial F
Mm-hmm.
for
Sound for an initial
F
for chase.
for chase. Oh yeah, I traded F for CH.
The sound for the ch sound in that initial position. Great job. All right, we're going to move to spelling. Push the arrow to the next slide. And I'm going to give you some additional prep. Ooh, one more time. I don't think it changed. There it goes. All right, I'm going to give you some additional prep for our spelling today. Today we're going to be spelling with the final S sound in words, okay? So I'm going to give you our situations for final S, because we have 4 different ways to spell final S. So when you hear a one-syllable base word with a short vowel sound before final S in an accented syllable, final S is spelled SS. When you hear a one or more syllable base word with a short vowel sound before final S in an unaccented syllable, it's spelled with one S. When you hear a long vowel sound and then final S is spelled CE. And when you hear a vowel sound, like oi, ow, e, oo, anytime there's 2 vowels together, and you hear a final S sound, final S is spelled SE. So we have 4 different situations. So you're going to have to listen to what comes right before that final S sound to know how it is spelled and make a decision about it. All right, some of our words are going to be 2 syllables, some are going to be 1 syllable, but we have an extra step if it's 2 syllables. So let's review our procedures. Looking,
Listen. Echo.
unblend, and
Pull down sound.
if it's a 2 syllable, we're going to divide between the syllables
So
and listen for the accent, which is going to be important, where the accent is. Then we're going to touch and
Name.
spell, name, and
Right.
code and read. All right, so you can make, when you unblend, if you want now, you can make dots for each of the sounds to unblend, okay? Or you can pull over the sound pictures, whatever you'd like to do. All right, here's your first spelling word. You ready? Thesis. Echo. Thesis. Unblend, and you can put your dots. All right, that's a 2-syllable word. Where does it divide? Between what 2 syllables? The and
Sis.
good. So we'll put your line. And where do you hear the accent? Say the word. Thesis. Where's the accent? On that first syllable. Good. All right, so touch and spell. So touch and spell thesis.
THESIS.
Excellent. Name and write it. Good. Coda. Okay. Read it.
Thesis.
Good. How did you spell final S in thesis? How did you spell the final sound? You spelled it correctly. How did you spell it?
Oh, S.
With one S, because it came in an unaccented syllable. Perfect. All right, replace. You can erase.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right.
I meant to do the letter.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I know, that board's tricky. Oh, it came undone, so it's not going to delete. So just use the eraser.
All right.
You can use the eraser. Good. All right, here's your next spelling word. You ready? Dismiss.
Dismiss.
Unblend. Excellent. It's a two-syllable word. Where does it divide? What two syllables between?
This and miss.
Excellent. Where's the accent?
Dismiss. I think it's no.
Yes, it's on that second syllable, and the first syllable is unaccented. Good. All right, so touch and spell dismiss. Touch and spell it.
D-I-S-M-I-S.
Good. Name and write it. Excellent. Code it. Good. Read it.
Dismiss.
Excellent. And how did you spell final s and dismiss?
S-S.
SS, because it was in an
Accented.
Yes. All right. Erase. All right, last word, and then we'll do our sentence. Your next word is blouse. Echo.
Blouse.
Unblend.
Blouse.
B.
Blouse.
Good. It's only one syllable, so we don't have to divide. So now touch and spell blouse.
B-L.
Ow. How do you spell the ow sound?
B-L-O-W.
Not.
Or
That's in the
O-U.
final. O-U. Good.
O-U-S.
S-E. Good. Name and write it.
Blouse.
Excellent. All right. How do you code a diphthong? The O-U. Excellent. All right. Read it.
Blouse.
Blouse. And how did you spell final s in blouse?
S-E.
S-E, because it came after a vowel, vowel sound, that diphthong O-U. Excellent job. All right. You may erase. And then if you'll go back to your seat, you're going to write your sentence at the bottom of your spelling paper, and I'm going to give you some additional prep for your sentence dictation.
All right.
All right. All right, so the only additional prep I'm going to give you are your instant words, and your instant words for your sentence is the word the, T-H-E, and you, Y-O-U. How do I code instant words?
You circle them.
Circle them. So you're going to circle instant words. We're going to be writing in a sentence. Every sentence must begin with a
Capital.
and end with a
Punctuation mark.
punctuation. And your capital letter for today is the letter D, and you can write it in cursive or in print. Right? And you're going to echo the sentence twice before writing. And listen to my voice for punctuation. Ready?
Yes.
Did you let the mouse loose?
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 Good. Ooh. Good. Excellent. All right, code it. Excellent. Read your sentence.
Did you let the mouse loose?
Good. Point to the word mouse. How did you spell finals in mouse?
S-E.
Why?
Because it came after a vowel mouse.
Excellent. I'm going to show this. Can you see the sentence in the camera? This is what he wrote on the bottom of his paper. Excellent job. All right, you may erase. Last part, we're going to do a review. All right, Ashton, today we learned 2 new combining forms. Our first combining form is micro. A microscope is something that you look at things that are very small. What does micro mean?
Very small.
Very small. And then we also learned macro. Macro structure is a very large or big structure. And a macron is how we code.
Macron is how we code the long vowels.
Long vowel sounds. So it can mean large or long. All right, let's review our definition of a combining form. A combining form is a Greek word.
A Greek word.
That combines with other words or forms.
That combines with other words and forms.
To make new words.
To make new words.
Excellent. Great job. All right, I'm going to add our new learning, our micro and macro, to our combining form list. Again, micro, combining form, that means very small. And macro means very large or long.